What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So looking to build a hell of a collection without spending a lot of money. We've got 20 clone picks in this video that I think are personally really good and worth buying if you're exploring the clone route. Now, I'm not the biggest advocate in the world for clones most of the time, actually 99% of the time. I think the original's the way to go, but there are certain instances where I prefer the clone over the original. Few instances, and there's others where it's pretty much just as good if you're looking to save a buck and get a really close experience. So we've got 20 incredible options, at least personal favorites of mine, that are linked down below if you want to do a little bit of shopping. Of course, you don't have to buy nothing to watch this video, but if you're looking to build a collection, I've got some opinions. Stay tuned. Starting with my favorite clone released this year, it has been king of the mountain for me since it came out. Nothing has topped it so far. We are talking about Afnan's Rare Reef. So Rare Reef is similar to LV's Pacific Chill. It's a fruity, apricot, citrusy, aquatic green fragrance. A little bit of woods, a little bit of musk, but very aquatic. Very juicy, fresh, super attractive. This one performs really well. You can get it in between the $30 to $40 range. This is some serious bang for your buck. This is a very well-rounded, all-around fragrance that happens to be a tropical fresh summer fragrance, but if you like the fresher stuff that's just really charismatic and attractive to those around you and a great wearing experience, this would be the one. I figured we'd start things off with a bang because this is damn good anytime, in my opinion. And it's Afnan's Rare Reef. Really, really cheap in that $20 range, and it's a newer release from Lattafa. We are talking about Sheik. Let me get it to come close. Sheik Al Shuyukh Supreme from Lattafa. This is similar to Jean-Paul Gaultier's Scandal Absolute. Has that Marabelle plum fruity sweetness, a little bit of woods and florals. But this one in particular has kind of this fresh aquatic feel early on, which gives it a little bit of a twist. Really good performance. Kind of what in quality, because the Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrances are pretty synthetic as well. Man, this one just, something about it. It's not even in the notes for it to be a little on the aquatic side, like a violet leaf or anything to give it kind of a watery feel. But it definitely has that. It's like an aquatic twist on Scandal Absolute. As it dries, it becomes much more close to Scandal Absolute with great performance. Again, serious bang for your buck with around 20 bucks. And that added freshness at the top, I think, makes this a really good year-round fragrance if you like the sweeter stuff. It is damn good. It's a personal favorite pickup of mine this year. It's Sheik Al Shuyukh Supreme from Lattafa. So you can look at this one from Dumont a few different ways. We are looking at Tresador Celestia. Beautiful bottle. Great quality juice. So this is most similar to Electimus Trajan, which is a twist on Baccarat Rouge 540. So similar to Baccarat Rouge 540 sweetness, but more citrus heavy in the top and oak moss earthy green and the dry down and the deeper dry down in the base, which offers a pretty big twist on Baccarat Rouge, which is what Trajan is. This is most similar to Trajan. And I mean, actually a little bit more oak moss. It's got a little bit more of that kind of woody green facet to it in the dry down. So slight twist of nuance or enhancement, I guess you could say, from Trajan, but this is really, really good stuff. You can have this one for around $40 to $50 range. Again, the bottle is quality. The juice scent profile smells of pretty good quality. The performance is absolutely outstanding. It offers that attractiveness of Baccarat Rouge 540 with a little bit more of a masculine tone from some oak moss, giving it a bit of a chypre feel with bright citruses at the top. This is damn good stuff. Again, from Dumont, this is Tresador Celestia. One of the better clones to come out this year from Rasasi, we've got Hawas Tropical. Now, Hawas Tropical, similar to Jean-Paul Gaultier's Paradise Garden in the LeBeau line. LeBeau Paradise Garden. This one's a bit smoother. You get the green feel to it. You don't really get quite as much of the coconut and stuff like that, but you get the citrus, you get the green, you get the ginger, you get that slight aquatic feel to it. It's a little on the powdery side. Performance is outstanding. The color is beautiful, of course, the color of this bottle. Outstanding fragrance. One of my personal favorites in the line, one of my personal favorite clones released this year. I had to feature this one and talk about it. This is some really good stuff. I think it's a little bit smoother and smells a little bit higher quality than the actual original, believe it or not. I would take this over LeBeau Paradise Garden. I do have all of the LeBeaus, but honestly, for the $40-ish you're going to spend on this one, I think it's a better fragrance. It performs better and it's smoother, while pretty much locking down the scent profile. Again, from Rasasi, that is Hawas Tropical. Afnan dropped some bangers this year, I gotta say. If you're looking for a great alternative to Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilo, look no further than Turathi Electric. They got really close with this one. I was a big fan of Lattafa's Art of Universe, which I still am, and we could have featured here. And if you have that one, you don't need this one. But I think this is a little bit smoother overall. You do get that fruity element that it isn't super sweet, the pear and all that good stuff, just like you do in Blue Talisman and Art of Universe. But this one's, like I said, a little bit smoother. Not on Ex Nihilio's quality level, obviously. Blue Talisman's quite pricey, but you get all that fruitiness, the citrus, the green elements to it. It's nice and woodsy. It smells pretty damn close. Not an exact match or anything, which no clones are true exact matches in the first place. That doesn't really exist when they're reverse engineering and trying to recreate a piece of art. But they get really close here. Performance is really good. It's super affordable. It's kind of a unique bottle design with kind of this iridescence to it. Turathi Blue, really good fragrance. Don't get me wrong. Smells of Tigar. That could have went in this video, but I was like, you know what the hell? We're talking about this one in that particular line because it's really good. I'm not the biggest Blue Talisman guy. I've had a decant of it, and I thought it was pretty damn good. I didn't think it was as hype-worthy as people treat it, and I felt like, I even said, if I find a clone that gets me pretty close, I'll be happy. And I was happy with Lattafa's until this came out, and I just think this is better. So if you're looking for a great alternative to Blue Talisman, check out Turathi Electric from Afnan. It seems to be the cool hip thing to put out your clone of Altair these days, but I still think French Avenue's line from Fragrance World did it best with Liquid Brun. I think you get the creamiest of the vanillas here with that nice hit of orange blossom and citrus. Not too spicy, just right on the amount of woodiness to it. Don't get me wrong, Vanilla Dunes and the Khadlaj Island line's really good. That enhances the woodiness over this one. The vanilla's not quite as creamy, but I still think this is the way to go. Monstrous performance, really affordable, easy to get your hands on, hype justified. This was most people's pick for Clone of the Year in 2024. I think it deserves it. I definitely think it deserves it. While I find Fragrance World's clones to be very hit and miss, like a 50-50 shot of them being kind of crap or kind of phenomenal, this one's like the poster child. This is kind of phenomenal. It's Liquid Brun. Now, this one from Paris Corner surprised me because the original I actually thought was very generic, and I think this is actually a little bit better. And it's a clone, and the price range is kind of what and what. This from Paris Corner in their Zodiac line called Solmaris. This clones Issey Miyake's Le Sel d'Essai. So the EDP just came out this year. This is an EDP of the Eau de Toilette. This is cloning the original just at a higher oil concentration. It's aquatic, it's fresh, it's citrusy, it's a little green. I find it to be, as you saw, Atomizer's phenomenal. I find it to be better than the original. And I've never found that with an Issey Miyake fragrance before. See, it just smells really good. It's nice and soapy without being too like hand soap shower gel like or anything like that. Just the right amount of soapiness, salty, aquatic, a little bit of green, it's musky. It's just fresh and invigorating. It's not the most over the top, super complex fragrance, but if you want that one good fresh fragrance, just super fresh, uplifting, clean type of profile, really good performance too. Not quite a beast. This is it, and I actually prefer it over the original. This is one of those rare occurrences where I actually prefer the clone over the original. Now, I haven't tried the new Le Sel d'Essai EDP yet, but it's got to beat this because this is better than the EDT, and it was cloning the EDT. So, again, it shocked me too, I know. Zodiac Solmaris from Paris Corner. Great alternative to Parfum's Marley Greenlee. This one had its day with some hype. It's Fragrance World's French Avenue Aether. So, the cedar here is a cheaper smell. It is. On test strip, they were virtually identical when I did a side-by-side, but on skin, you can tell this is a cheaper cedar note, but that's really the only difference. And that fades, and it's not a deal breaker, because this is, aside from that, pretty accurate to Greenlee. Above average performance. It's easy to go nose blind to this one and think it's not performing well, because, I mean, nose fatigue's a real thing, you know? Man, it smells good. That fresh, fruity green apple smell, fresh greens. Softer woods, the seed aside from the cedar is a little sharp, but the other woody notes kind of balance it out. This is really good stuff, and I've always liked the bottles on these. This is really good stuff here. Definitely, if you like the more springtime-oriented type of fragrances or looking for a great alternative to Greenlee for cheap, Fragrance World's got you covered with Aether. Now, Lacoste White, Lacoste L1212 Blanc, great, super affordable designer. very dapper, fresh young man kind of scent. But what if I told you there's an EDP that's just better? This is another one of those rare examples that I like it better than the original. It's in Armaf's niche line. This is called White Diamond. White Diamond does it better. It's an eau de parfum version of that profile. The eau de parfum version of Lacoste White doesn't even smell that much like Lacoste White. It smells more like YSL Y mixed with Coach Blue. This, you get the grapefruit citrus, you get that soft, supple leather note, you get the soft florals. It just has that kind of semi-casual, nice polo shirt type of feel to it with some, average to slightly above average performance. It's kind of what and what. It's around $30 versus getting the original, and I would recommend getting this over the original. When like 30 to 40 bucks, you can get the original. I get it. It's cloning a designer that's cheap, but I'm telling you, I just think it's better. The quality is a little bit smoother. The scent profile is pretty damn spot on accurate, and the performance is better. Again, one of those rare occurrences where I actually recommend the clone over the original, and the original is a cheap designer, So, might be worth checking out. One that's probably never been on your radar before. In the Armaf niche line. Let me get it to focus real quick before we move on. This is White Diamond. There's an argument for this being the greatest 1 million flanker ever produced. It's definitely autumn season in a bottle. It's ambery, it's sweet, it's tobacco and cinnamon. It is 1 million Prive, but it's been discontinued for a while. And if you want the closest representation I think that I've found of it for like $20 to $25, Paris Corner's got you covered with Milano Prive in their Pandora scents line. Now, admittedly, I don't really wear this one after I did testing with it to decide, yes, get this if you don't have 1 million Prive, because you're going to spend a pretty penny on eBay on those discontinued bottles. I have 250 mLs of 1 million Prive. So it's like, I just wear the original. Why not? But if you don't have the original, I strongly encourage you to go this route. It's almost like they poured that in a different bottle. That's how accurate I find this to be with, average to slightly above average longevity. Not crazy strong, average type of projection early on, but this definitely does the trick. This will scratch the itch for 1 million Prive. If I did not have 2 bottles of 1 million Prive already, I would be totally satisfied with this. That's why I love recommending this one, because it's a rare occurrence where it's like, don't go spend the money unless you just really feel like you need to on the discontinued designer. Because Paris Corner made pretty much a dead ringer for it for the most part with Milano Prive. Really good quality, great atomizer. A little spicier than the original. I've done a side-by-side. I have a decant of Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Platine Prive, kind of the rebirth of Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne that was originally a hype beast years ago. Fragrance World made a copy of that limited edition called Arsh, another one in the French Avenue line. And Arsh, pretty spot on. A little bit of saffron makes it a bit spicier. The bitter almond accord smell isn't as strong, but aside from that warm, bright citrus smell, it's a little on the spicier side. Very fresh at the same time. God, that smells so freaking good too, man. What a great fragrance. I've recommended this one countless times since I got it. This is really good stuff. This one's around $40, worth every penny. Because good luck getting Platine Prive. It was a limited edition flanker, which I think is kind of strange. Which pretty similar to the cologne for the most part. For those of you that have been around a long time and have the cologne flanker. But if you don't have either, just get this. They pretty much nailed it. I would say it's like 90% accurate overall. Just a little bit spicier. Clean. Quality relatively similar. Performance is really good on this one. Not quite a beast. Bottle's decent, different. And the atomizer is great. Definitely one I strongly recommend. It's Fragrance World's French Avenue Arsh. Not so much a clone, kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit. In the Invictus Hawas family, superior to its original, we've got the new release, Dumont Nitro Red Intensely. This intensifies the fruitiness, that's for sure. It's not just that artificial watermelon smell. They ramp up some apple in here also and some other citruses. Makes it very, very fruity, much thicker fragrance. Nose killer here. This stuff's crazy, crazy strong. Very warm and ambery, a bit more spicy than the original. Just as strong as a compliment factor. Ridiculous performance. Again, your nose will wear out to this one, but trust me, when you walk by people, they're gonna smell you even with just 2 or 3 sprays. This stuff is really, really potent and really good. And even if you have the original, it's still worth having to me, because in the cooler months, it just has that coziness to it with that heavier amber and spice to this one. Just if you like the original, you're going to love this one. I think it's a true intense flanker, named appropriately. They did it justice. What a great fragrance. But if you want performance, super attractiveness, a playful scent profile that everyone can enjoy, you don't want to spend a lot of money, build your collection with something like this. It's Nitro Red Intensely from Dumont. Still my favorite affordable alternative to Aventus. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man limited edition Parfum. It's fruitier than the other versions of this fragrance. It still has the lemon, but it's overall fruitier, smoother. Still smoky, musky magic. Great performance. High compliment factor. Just a joy to wear. Absolute joy. High level versatility. You can dress this one up, dress this one down. You can go to dinner with it. You can do whatever. This is a damn good fragrance. I recommend this one a lot. This is one of the most recommended fragrances on this channel. I'm a big fan of this one. Can't recommend it enough. If you want, in my opinion, the best of the Club de Nuit Intense Man for flankers, check out the limited edition Parfum. Nuclear Nose Killer. If you ever wanted to get a great interpretation that is crazy strong of Megamare, super salty aquatic, earthy green oak moss, we've got Lattafa Atlas, a true nose killer, a one sprayer that can fill a room. Oh my. Very, very crazy rich. Polarizing. Not for everybody. I'm not spraying this one. I was about to. I've learned over the years of recommending this in videos, my whole room will smell like this for hours from one spray. It is strong. I didn't like it at first because it's so rich and strong, but after spending a little time with it, it grew on me greatly to where it's like, I can recommend this one, but caution. Blind buy with caution. You might not. You'll think you're ready for this one, and you might not be. It'll shock you with its potency. It really is one of the strongest fragrances I have, and I have well over 2,000 bottles, and it's one of the strongest, and it's like 30, 35 bucks. Lattafa brought the heat here, guys. If you're looking for an absolute monster nostril killer, I'm not saying it won't get compliments. I'm saying everybody's going to smell you, and it's going to beat your own nose up. It's a great clone of Megamare, though. Again, super salty, aquatic, oak moss, earthy green, a little bit of citrus. It's Atlas from Lattafa. While we have Hawas Malibu, the newest Le Beau Le Parfum clone to come out, and it's really good. It's kind of a twist. It's not one-to-one. Like it adds different notes, different citruses, different things to it. I still think Khadlaj Island is the way to go. This is a great clone. This is a $35-ish fragrance with a great bottle, a great atomizer, a wonderful scent profile. Because Le Beau Le Parfum is my favorite Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance. It is not redundant to Paradise Garden. We talked about Hawaii Tropical earlier. That one's more about ginger. It's greener, whereas this is more about pineapple. It's super fruity. It's a more powdery fragrance. It's much more tropical and aquatic overall, I find. This is absolutely stunning. A little bit of powder added because of iris to go with that sweet tonka bean. This is great. This is a great fragrance. I strongly encourage you to check this one out. Average performance, but smoother than the original, believe it or not. The original's beast, though. The original's special for as synthetic as it is, but this, very, very smooth. This is the way to go if you want Le Beau Le Parfum and don't want to get actual Le Beau Le Parfum, in my opinion. Khadlaj Island. Supposed to be similar to Louis Vuitton's Symphony. I've never tried that, but they don't list lemons, but the packaging was covered in lemons. It's lemon yellow. It is in the Lord d'Espoir line from Paris Corner. This is Memories of Summer. This came out this year. This smells like warm lemonade. Warm from ginger, fresh cut juicy lemons. There's grapefruit and bergamot and all this other stuff. Whatever. It smells like lemons. It smells like lemonade. Fresh lemonade, and then it starts to warm up greatly because the ginger sets in. And it's that simple, and it's beautiful. This is stunning. God, it smells, that really does. If you like citrus fragrances, oh man, is this good. Average to slightly above average, not a beast. Nose fatigue's a real issue with this one, I've noticed, at least for me. Everybody gets different levels. You may get none. You may not smell it after 10 minutes. But I get around 5 or 6 hours of longevity for the most part when my nose does come back to life, because it'll fade for a little while on me, and then the receptors in my nose have to, desensitize a bit. But, oh yeah, lemonade and ginger. Best way I can describe it. No, it doesn't smell like Tigar. It's not warm like that. But it's very ginger dominant. So if you like ginger and you like citruses, you will like this fragrance. It is that good. This is great for the summertime. What a great freshie. It's Fleur d'Espoir, Memories of Summer from Paris Corner. Lemon, sweet fig, milky, creamy muskiness to this one. Very different. I believe it's a Born to Stand Out fragrance. Some fig something, whatever. I forgot what it's cloning, but from Paris Corner, one of their newest releases in the Perseviron line. This is Fig Hug. Oh man, this is a banger. This is an absolute banger. If I was ranking this, this would have been in the tail end. It's happy accident it's on the tail end of the video, but it would have been highly ranked. This is so good. Lemon, sweetness from pink pepper. It's got fig milk. It's creamy. This musk really jumps out. I think it's perfectly unisex. I think for being creamy and milky and lactonic like it is, there's enough juiciness from the citruses and the fig to really make it work year round. It works in the heat. It works in the cool. It performs slightly above average. The bottle's decent and quite unique. It's got a great atomizer. The quality here is pretty good. I wouldn't call it niche level luxury fragrance, but definitely above a typical synthetic designer. Paris Corner did really, really freaking good with this one. This is one of my favorite Paris Corner releases of the year, hands down. As far as Middle Eastern fragrance brands in general, top 5 release of the year for me. This is that good. So if you like fig and you like creamy, you owe it to yourself to check out Fig Hug and the Perseveron line. Paris Corner. Supposed to be apple brandy on the rocks. I think personally it smells like if you took Boss Bottled Intense EDP and added booze, you would get Mauge Appletini from Paris Corner. Yeah, great for this time of year. Great in the evenings, daytime if you like boozy, sweet, fruity, spicy fragrances. It's got all the elements of... I have smelled apple brandy on the rocks. Yes, it walks that path, but that also smells like Boss Bottled with booze to me as well. See, that just smells outstanding. For the cooler weather, look, you could probably pull this off in the heat. I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe indoors, date nights, and climate-controlled environment during the summer. Sure. Outdoors in the summer, maybe not your best choice. Kind of thick, heavy, sweet, robust. Not the best option. But right now, I still smell it floating in the air. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It does smell apple fruity, super boozy, spicy, woodsy. It's got all those elements. I think it's perfectly unisex. Honestly, I think it leans a little masculine, but I can see ladies totally enjoying this. This booziness enhances that sweetness as well and warms the fragrance up, thickens it up also. It's just really, really good, and it's a really good performer. Not quite a beast, but close. This stuff pops off the skin for a long time. Again, from Paris Corner, it's Mauge Appletini. So Absolute Aventus is really popular to clone now as well. There's one that I like more than the rest because it's got a little twist of some white florals in the heart. It's got orange blossom and white blossoms in its core, so it's got all the fruity, citrusy, spicy, woody elements of Absolute Aventus plus some white florals. Quality's really good. The bottle's amazing. Supremacy Collector's Edition from Afnan. Any of you cement print fans of the Jays, like the white cement 4s came back out this year? Here you go. For those of you that want a visual to post on your Instagram, this with your white cement 4s. It's basically the same cement splatter print. But anyways, that's a lot of you that don't care about sneakers could care less about that reference. But the scent itself, really good. Great performer. Not quite a beast, but close. Some people have told me it's a beast for them. I get well above average, close to beast mode, longevity, and projection and sillage. All the things. Quality scent. Just beautiful. Accurate, but not the same. Like, it's definitely Absolute Aventus, but also has that nice floral twist without smelling flowery, if you will. It adds a little bit of a white flower creaminess more so than powderiness to it. Again, gingery, spicy, citrusy, fruity, all the woody, all the elements of Absolute Aventus plus the white blossoms and the orange blossom in the heart. I just think this is an absolute banger of a fragrance. What a great release from Afnan. Again, this is Supremacy Collector's Edition. Last but not least, we have one more Hawas flanker. So we got 2 of them in this video. I'm not a Louis Vuitton Imagination guy like a lot of people that just love that fragrance. It's hyped to death. And I got a few clones that are pretty good. But this one, hands down, I think I like it better than Imagination because it's like I'm so glad to have it. It's one of the newest. It's Kobra in the Hawas line. Look at that reflection, huh? Let me see if I can get it to focus. I got to get rid of some of the reflection to get it to focus. There we go. Hawas Kobra. Woohoo! Citrusy green, a little creamy, soapy, woodsy. All the elements are there. Monster beast mode performance. That's so freaking good. This is so good. I'm so happy to have this one. I like it way more than I thought I would. I actually like this more than the Le Parfum inspired fragrance, Malibu. I got them together. And while I really like that one, I didn't think I'd like the Imagination twist more. Because they're more of a twist than clone. Like, there's slight differences, especially with Malibu. There's more differences. There's just as many differences as similarities with Le Parfum with that one. But this, yeah, very close overall to what they were going for with Imagination. But, man, again, soapy, citrusy, a little minty. The way the green comes across, green spiciness to it. Sitting in the background, it's a little watery and aquatic. It's very musky, I find. You get soft woods in the backdrop as it dries down. It's a little on the powdery side as it dries down. It goes from creamy and soapy to powdery. Just, I love the nuance of this one on skin. This is a beautiful fragrance. I'm a fan. And I recommend you check it out. It's definitely great for building a clone collection. This is one of those ones that puts the classification to legendary. And that's Hawas Kobra. So since we had 20 fragrances, I tried to go through them and get my point across as quickly as I could for each. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Again, there's links down below through YouTube Shopping Network and other places like Fragflex and depending on what's where, Perfume Box and so on down in the description. If you want to check any of these out, you got Joma Shop, Fragrance Net, places like that through YouTube Shopping Network. There's just options if you want to do some shopping and you do genuinely want to go ahead and try to build a collection with some of these. You don't need all of them, but boy, a few of these will go a long way building a nice collection. So thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you leave, and we will see you on the next one.